Let's go! Welcome to Speculation Sunday on a Tuesday. We got Just Ask Danny in the house.
How's
Danny,
it going?
how are you?
Can you hear me?
Man? I can hear you. I could hear you. I can see you. I could hear you. How are you doing, man?
Good, good. We just got some great news today that we're going to talk about. We've been waiting for it.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I want to start off with our trip, Danny. We had a chance to walk around Disneyland Resort, and we saw Coco area, essentially trees being removed, the outline of how wide things are going to go. What are your thoughts on that whole aspect? Now that it's like settled in on us, what do you think?
Well, it makes sense now that I see it, right? Because when we first originally were told that that was going to be the area where the ride was, and then we saw the entrance to it there next to that turnaround where the parade gate is, I'm thinking in my head, like, um, how are they going to like rework these backstage areas and the backstage access? Because that's one of the only routes in and out backstage from a public street, at least for DCA,
Yeah.
and on that side of the resort in general. So it's a lifeline for a lot of things back there, especially emergency services vehicles. So I knew in my head, I was like, well, they're gonna have to rework this somehow, but I can't figure out how the ride vehicle or ride buildings are gonna go in, plus all this. So now seeing that they're literally potentially, I don't know if the sidewalk's going away or if the sidewalk's being moved, or even the fact that they're just like reworking it. Like that's a big deal, right? Like they had to work with the city on that one for sure. Um, that's a public street. Like, Disneyland Drive does travel down, their property, but it's also like the city's street property as well.
Yeah.
So it's seeing how they're going to probably be pushing the fence out almost all the way to accommodate all that makes sense now, right? They need all that space to reclaim some of the backstage, roads and things that will be eliminated by putting ride buildings or show buildings for the Coco, attraction. Not to mention, this is a water ride, right? So it's going to need another separate building or part of the building to treat the water, store the water, filter it, all this stuff. So it's like there's a whole bunch of other things in play when you're bringing water into the attraction as well. So
DCA is like the water park now. We're going to have Avatar, World of Color, Grizzly River Rapid has water. Coco's going to have water. A lot of water everywhere. Water everywhere. I like it. To me, the Coco construction, it just shows Disneyland is serious. They're very serious on what direction they're trying to go when it comes down to spending money on expansion. I think of it as an expansion. They're adding to the park without really removing anything theme park wise. It's exciting, very exciting times. We have Arlie Angel 54. Let's go. Thank you, Arlie Angel. 54 months. Wow. And also, we got Michelada with 37 months. I saw somebody earlier was like a midday live. That's right. This is the chance we got to go live. So if you're at work, put your headphones on so you don't get in trouble.
I'll say we've done. Mondo's asked that we do like an 11 or 12 p.m. one, 11 a.m. 12 p.m. one before, so it's not our earliest.
Yeah. Michelada. What up, guys? Thanks for all that you both do. These Disneyland budget cuts making me not miss my Disney pass so much. Enjoy Knott's pass. Well, let's talk about that. I think that's a good place to take things. I have to go to Theme Park IQ because that's kind of where it all started. Danny, have you been keeping track of the French fry gate? All the French fries have been removed, like all the different variations. Now we just have the standard regular French fries. We lost the film strip fries, the crinkle cut fries, the steak fries. Tater tots are gone. Now it's just French fries. That is where things have gone. Um, is this a budget cut, or is this Disney, for whatever reason, they're just kind of consolidating for some reason? What do you think? Like, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, it definitely feels like a budgetary thing, right? It's a new fiscal year, a new year. They're definitely trying to tidy up all the, the we're what we're seeing here is we're seeing three major projects, technically four even, that are going to be happening at Disneyland. It doesn't seem like they want to risk cutting any of those projects. And so we're going to see cuts to other things, right? In order to accommodate some of this, um, you know, some of the budgets that they're going to be spending on these projects, in addition to maybe attendance and revenue not being exactly where they want it to be. We've already said, in many multiple episodes before this, that this is definitely a good year to have taken off if you decided to not renew your pass because of all the construction that's going on this year. In addition to, the construction inside DCA, there's just a lot of attractions inside Disneyland in general that are going to be going through lengthy refurbishments. And so it seems like it's kind of an off year, a construction year rather. So, but I mean, I think the big shame is like the variety. We start to go back to like early 2000s Disney, like where things were kind of the same. And we have a lot less variety. Like film strip fries were unique to award winners. I didn't see on his updates if they also had changed the fries over at the Hungry Bear barbecue jamboree or whatever the heck it's called.
Nope, talked about that one yet. That's true.
Yeah, those ones are specific. They're like beer battered fries. So I
I'll
think when
check
we
on
start
that.
to lose, I think when we start to lose like some of those is what makes the locations unique. That's where it starts to hurt a little because then it just becomes every location serving French fries, hamburgers,
And,
chicken tenders,
and this kind of
and
happened with merch, where every store feels like the Disneyland Emporium. Star Trader feels like Disneyland Emporium. Even Pooh Corner feels like Disneyland Emporium. The specific niche of wherever land you're in, it kind of lost the magic a little all throughout Disneyland Resort. It's weird. It's really weird. I don't like feeling
so
like I'm in Disneyland.
what do they have now at Docking Bay or whatever the heck it's called?
We lost the Tatooine Sunset.
I know, but what do we have instead?
Uh,
What do they
Moof
still have?
juice. Moof juice. Danny, ain't nobody drinking moof juice. Nobody, dude. Did you drink moof juice?
I
Look
don't even remember. What is it?
at that.
Simply fruit punch, simply orange, pineapple, chipotle, pineapple.
Nobody drinks moof juice, dude. What a weird thing to keep.
Tatooine Sunset was unmatched.
Yeah, it's honestly the with the ice combo, it's the best drink at Disneyland. I don't even know what the number two is. Uh, Danny, I ask these questions. Uh, why is Disney so focused on saving money, so down the line of the totem pole, where even the French fries are affected? Like, why is that? Like, why do they got to go all the way to the bottom, which is French fries, and budget cut there? Like, what's going on? I think it's crazy, dude. As long as I've gone to Disneyland, I've never felt the wrath of something like this. Uh,
Well, do you think it boils down to the fact that we did lose a lot of Magic Key holders this year, and they really are the ones that people that go regularly, that go often, potentially even um, influencers who are like sharing food as it comes out that's new, and like that whole Instagram culture. Like
Yeah.
a lot of that's not really happening at Disneyland anymore. Do you think this is just Disney's way of catering to the actual tourist who really doesn't care, and
Yeah.
they just want their kids just want French fries and chicken tenders when they're at Disneyland. They don't want to deal with. They're not really too concerned that the fact that the fries are like different. They're like appealing to the tourist rather than the people that go regularly and want something unique. And then if someone wants something unique, then you come during a food festival, and that's what you do.
Mm. Look at this, Danny. You don't even get the cup no more. Food at Disneyland from a day ago. That's what. I've never got a schmoozies in that cup. It's just funny. Oh man, it's crazy. Very crazy. Lots of crazy moves happening at Disneyland. It's like they give us all these new stuff, but then they're like, we took away all these other things. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Um, I just want to put this out there. I put this on Twitter. I just want to show everybody before we move on from this French fry talk. uh, this guy right here, that is the dude that's taking away all the French fries. He is the Disneyland president currently, and when we had this dude right here, we had all the good French fries. So maybe we took for granted Ken Potrock. Yeah, because the dude that's in place now, he came from Disney Cruise Line. He don't care about your French fries. I don't care. I care about your French fries. Oh man. The reason they lost the magic key holder is by nickel and diming everybody. So it's kind of a situation of their own making. Yeah. And they keep raising the price, so they're not scared. Disneyland ain't scared. It's almost like they don't care. It's almost like they don't care. All right. Let's move on. I want to go back to my Instagram. We actually got a lot of news today, and I want to go over it. We got some good news because a meet and greet. I don't know why it took this long, but it's finally happening. You're going to be able to meet the red panda, May May. To meet May as Red Panda at Pixar Pier, and that'll start on January 23rd. Why do you think Disneyland finally just said, all right, give it to him? It's because the parade's not coming back. That's why. That's what I think. What are your thoughts, Danny?
That was what I was going to say, too, is because Better Together is not coming back, so they don't need it in the float anymore. They can just put it out in the Pixar Pier.
Yeah, kind of a bad situation to get the red panda. Anything at DCA is always a good thing. Even if it's bad, it's always a good thing. At least there's something. But, yeah, who knows when we get a parade again at DCA. It's probably going to be a long time. But this is an exciting meet and greet. Like, the hype's kind of not there anymore, but I'm glad it came finally. I'm glad it came. Let me see. All right. Danny, anything you want to talk about in specific?
Well, the main topic we wanted to start off with was Disneyland related, and we talked about it last week, which was the Lunar New Year Festival, which starts in a week from now, 10 days exactly from today, actually.
Yeah.
But we finally got the foodie guide. We talked about how we were going to probably get it sometime this week, and sure enough, it came. And it was a little blessing in disguise that we're doing Speculation Sunday on a Tuesday, because now we got this to talk about. So we can kind of go over it. But
it seems like it works out that way. We delay it a little and something cool happens.
Yeah. We're going to have the Sip and Savor Pass again, but I think it's cool that they're offering these kind of like neck gift cards as well, too. for people that maybe don't want to spend as much money or get as many items as
Yeah.
on as they can have the gift card as an option too. So that's kind of cool. Um, I know that Epcot really made that famous way back in the beginning when they started doing Food and Wine Festival. They kind of coined or made popular those wrist gift cards that like have the little coiled cord that goes around your wrist. And then we tried doing that here, but it didn't really take on. And we developed the Sip and Saver, and that got more people to buy it than the gift card did. Um, they kind of still stick with the gift card thing over there. But some, more. Speaking about the food aspect of it all. Oh, and before we move on from Sip and Saver, I guess that's not actually listed here. But if you go to theme park IQ's page where you just were,
Yeah.
he posted the Sip and Saver pass pricing so that we can see it. And I think this is a little bit more of the standardization when it comes to food, right? We've seen the the what do you call it? Festival of Holidays, the Food and Wine Festival, slowly lose booth after booth after booth, and they're all kind of sitting around that 6 booth kind of situation. Well, we're kind of they've all sort of leveled out to the size of festival that Lunar New Year is. So I feel like they're trying to just standardize everything, right? Like this festival is the same size as this festival, is the same size as this festival, and we're not going to go beyond that. And we even started seeing some reduction in food offerings, right? Like way back in the day, Mondo, we would get 3 food items at one booth that we had to try, and a lot of these
Easily,
booths here, a
easily.
lot of the booths now, even at Festival Holidays, and now here at Lunar New Year, they offer 1 food item and 2 drinks. So it's like very much like a standardization that we're seeing happen of reduction across the board for sure. But there's your pricing there. So $49 for park guests, $46 for Magic Key. This was the same price as the Festival of Holidays. So I think it's exactly the
Yeah,
same,
same
or maybe
price, 49, I think.
yeah. So that's more of the standardization, right? It's just like that way they can raise the price one, because people would say like, oh, it's cheaper for it's a better value for Food and Wine Festival than it is for for Lunar New Year, but now it's like they're gonna all be the same. So
All
it makes sense why they're doing that.
and then Magic Key holders get this button. Get a Clarabelle button. Is it
Not
Clarabelle?
Clarabelle.
Horace.
Mm-hmm.
Get a Horace. Um, Danny, for the foods, I saw Theme Park IQ said that a total of 2 new things came to the booths. Did you have a chance to see that? I think
Yeah, there's a lot of actually really great new food, but as we suspected, which we also talked about on our show a couple episodes ago, was that the majority of the new items are going to the restaurants,
yeah.
and the booths are kind of staying as is, and they're simplifying really a lot. They're turning into like drink booths and then offering like one accompanying food item or maybe a dessert item. All really simple things that you can deliver to the booth that can be made easier rather than having to kind of bring hot boxes more regularly to them. So like some of the more complex and more interesting items on this list that we'll talk about are at the restaurants really. But yeah, starting off right away at Bamboo Blessings. I have a feeling Mondo will like this one. This one looks good. It's like it looks like it might be spicy. The popcorn chicken, but it's not as spicy as those wings that that we had in that video. But this is
Yeah.
one of the 2 new items. It's the 5-spice popcorn chicken with sweet chili garlic sauce. And this one is accompanied with that strawberry buttercream with a milk tea center macaron that everyone likes to get. So those are the 2 food items at this booth. And then all the other ones are beverages, and including a new beverage, which is a cocktail, vodka cocktail. That one right there.
Um, I want to try that popcorn chicken. I'm down to
Oh
try.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that
Down
looks
for that
good.
as well.
To keep it going, longevity noodle. This is one of the new items. It's a japchae noodles with Kalbi short rib. I've never had that before. I definitely want to try it since it's new. Um, and then the garlic noodles, those are just a returning item. And strawberry lychee cocktail, returning item. Danny, we called. I don't know if we were live together, but I was like, I remember saying, I don't doubt 80% of this menu is literally going to be the same because
Yeah.
it's just a trend that we're seeing. It's like, and it was 90% the same. We got IQ in the house. I believe food and wine will go back to 8 booths.
I'll
I
believe
don't
it when I
believe.
see it.
I don't
I'll
believe
believe
it.
it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. If anyone, I would believe theme park IQ over anyone, but I'll believe it when I see it because
Yeah.
the new president could be like, nah, we're gonna make it 6 last minute. He could just say
They,
that.
they could be like, look at, like I don't want to put it out there, but just this is the president of Disneyland. Like, look at Lunar New Year. It didn't do well. Why would we do 8 booths? I don't want to staff that, pay extra for that. We have to come up with more foods that these people are not eating. Like, I could totally see it, dude. Totally see it. I'm sad the lychee fruit sundae didn't come back this year. My favorite item from last year. Wow. I don't think I ever tried the sundae. I didn't even know that was a thing. Let's keep going. The faux dip, that's coming back. I enjoyed that one. I'm not going to lie. The chocolate firecracker, nothing new. And then a couple other drinks, and this is all at Lucky 8 Lantern. This right here, I can't wait to try this again. It's the char siu barbecue pork bao. I'm just a sucker for baos. They also have a kung pao bao that's plant based, and that's it. That's one of the booths, and they're just a bunch of alcohol. All right. Look, Danny, this is it, right? This is the ones that wrecked me.
Those are the ones that wrecked you.
Oh
The
my!
spicy chicken wings with the sesame seaweed crunch over at Red Dragon Spice Traders again. And
I
then they
will
also
not
have that.
be trying that.
They also have a mandarin orange cream puff filled with citrus cream and mandarin compote. I want to say, wasn't the one last year like a glazed, like kind of like cake looking one? It wasn't like a cream puff,
Yeah.
like a smooth looking orange or
I
whatever.
don't doubt this cream puff is the same one over there at Avenger Campus. Just like make it Lunar New Year.
Oh,
That's what it
make
reminds me
it
of.
one of the Infinity Stone cream puffs.
They're like, just make it Lunar New Year. This is new.
Green apple soju cocktail.
That looks good. Whatever this is, all that stuff in there looks good.
I love soju. So soju is like one of the best things. So like this cocktail might be pretty good. I don't know about green apple syrup with it, um, but it
Give it,
looks good.
give
Looks
it to
good.
me.
I don't think I could drink a whole glass of that, but I'd love to try it. I'd love to try it.
What is this? What are these 3 drink things? Mango soju cocktail, peach yogurt soju cocktail flight. Oh, they got a flight. Okay. So mango, peach, and a honeydew colada. So lots going on. Lots going on at Red Dragon Spice Trader. This came back. Quesabirria egg roll. And this is at Wrapped with Love. I kind of
It's
wish
the
they would have changed
only
it.
food item. Only
I
food
kind of,
item.
I kind of wish one food item. That's it. Wow. And then a taro cold brew. Damn, that's it. I have a feeling the whole staffing around this event it just went down like a lot. This is wild. This is why one foot. That's it. That was it for the boost. That's it, Danny. I think that's it. Wrapped with love. Wow. One of the ones that
Never
caught
thought.
my.
I know we got weird churros, Mondo. If you want to scroll down a couple photos, right there, stop. I never thought I'd see popping boba on a churro.
What
I
is
don't
it?
know how I feel about that one. You know those little popping boba pearls that are in like all the drinks they were using and stuff.
Oh,
They put them on a churro.
it's Feng Li Su Churro. Churro rolled in shortbread sugar, topped with pineapple jelly and cherry flavored popping pearls. I don't know about that one, Danny.
I
Uh,
think I'm good on that one.
uh,
The
uh,
scallion pancake tostada looks amazing. I love scallion pancakes.
it
Not
looks
the
good.
biggest fan. I'm not. I'm actually like a bulgogi hater. Like whenever I go to Korean barbecue, I always avoid bulgogi, and I get every other thing other than bulgogi. But it looks good. I feel like I'd want to try it, but
That's
we'll
at
see.
award wiener. You get this at award
Huh?
wiener. Wow, that's
At award winner.
has. Does award wiener always participate in Lunar New Year? I feel like that's like new. Hmm.
They've been getting in on some of the festivals.
Okay.
Hollywood Lounge over at the back, the famous place everyone loves to get drinks at. They're gonna have tiakbaki. I don't even know how to say that. That's rice cakes with gochujang sauce, topped with cheese, sesame seeds, and green onions.
Dude, you
And
said that
then
so good. I couldn't have done it, Danny.
tiakbaki.
It looks.
Uh, they also at the, what do you call it? Um, Where's the what's the who's making the waffles? Oh, Schmoozies.
Schmooze.
The hot dog inspired Mickey shaped waffles. They're red batter waffles with brown sugar and cinnamon custard, yellow whipped topping, and sprinkles. So
Okay.
there's like uh brown sugar and cinnamon custard inside the waffle. Like it's a filled waffle.
Yeah. All right. All right.
I don't know
Uh,
if I like the red stuff though.
yeah, it's a lot of food dye. You already know it's gonna come out looking like that. Um, what else do we got? This is the one that was caught my eyes. Is that tater tots?
Yeah.
Tater
Did
tots? What? I thought they were
Yeah,
gone.
because they've always got those at Pim Test Kitchen. I was talking to Peter about the foodie guide earlier today, and he said this is like top of his list for when they go.
Can you go over this one? What is this? What is this?
This is at Pim Test Kitchen. It is a spicy pork belly grilled cheese. So you got grilled, pork belly marinated in Korean spices with white American cheese, not the regular like kind of orange one, and then spicy aioli, pickled onions, sourdough bread, which they already won me over with a grilled cheese on sourdough. And then green onion crusted on top of the sourdough, which is even better.
I love
Served with potato bites, and they've got like a little side of like you know what looks like a kimchi vegetables in the back there. So that looks really really good.
that Pims and Hungry Bear are still the ones that have their respective fries and tots. Dang, you want tots? You got to go to Pims, I guess. I want to try this, Danny. We should share one of those. One of these.
Yeah, it's funny because last time at Pim Test Kitchen for Lunar New Year, we got the main item there too, which was that spicy pizza thing that almost took you out.
It wrecked me.
So
The spice. It was like good spice, but it just wrecked me. It was yeah, it was hard. They have a
they're
bow
actually,
too. What is this?
yeah, that's actually over at the Cozy Cone Motel. So they're actually going to get on it. That's why I told you, like, any of these items, like that bow, easily could have been at the one of the food booths.
Yeah,
Same with the tteokbokki, the rice cakes and the gochujang sauce, easily could have been at a booth, but they're putting them in the restaurants because I feel like it's easier for them, less staffing, like you said,
less
because they can
staffing.
have
It all goes
they
to
don't have to
less
have
staffing.
like they don't have to have a booth, have take a hot box back and forward. Like they can just do it at the restaurant right there.
Wow, easily could have been at one of the booths right here.
Easily.
Crazy. One of them already has bow. I thought one of the booths,
They had two bows.
two bows.
My top item, Mondo, is if you scroll down underneath that thing there, the first picture that we see right underneath it is that the Mongolian beef over at Lamplight Lounge. Um, I think that's Lamplight. Yeah. Lamplight Lounge, and it's not the boardwalk dining; it's downstairs. So
Yeah.
this is the Mongolian beef topped with green onion, sesame seeds, red chili flakes, crispy shallots served over noodles tossed with Chinese broccoli, cabbage, and carrots. Looks
Woo!
bomb. It's basically like Mongolian barbecue, but in a dish.
I would love to try. I haven't been to Lamplight Lounge, period, in a very long time. That's worth it. Holy macaroni. And then they also got new donuts. What are these? What are these?
Those donuts, let's see. Those are
I want to
I
say
think this is
pistachio. Disney's doing a lot of pistachio stuff
they're
lately.
doing a lot of they're actually coconut pandan donuts. I don't know what pandan is.
Okay, okay. Well, usually Lamplight don't miss. They're always great donuts.
Pandan is a tropical herbaceous plant from Southeast Asia known for its vibrant green spiky leaves that impart a unique sweet, nutty, and vanilla-like flavor and fragrance to both sweet and savory dishes.
Mm. And then a drink, of course. Of course, there's a drink. Real quick though, Aunt Cass Cafe is going to start having horse sourdough breads because it's the year of the horse. It's the year of the horse. This is the interesting one right here too at Aunt Cass Cafe. It's a strawberry green tea bread pudding. Uh, I would like to try it. I like green tea stuff like this. Sounds good.
That cold foam or that cold brew actually sounds really good.
An almond cold brew with cold foam. I don't remember them having cold foams. I feel like that's new. And then a boba drink. What is this? Uh,
Mango milk tea.
Mango milk tea. Damn. I like Aunt Cass Cafe. That's been one of my favorite additions at DCA. Um, and then look at this.
And then there we go. That's the pizza never does us dirty. It's always good over there at the Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. Mondo and I
I don't know,
have
Dad. This one got like pepperoni or what? What is this? Is it pickles or
so
cute?
it's Korean pork belly pizza. So just like the grilled cheese that you just said you wanted, this has chopped up pork belly on it, and then it has kimchi cucumber vegetables chopped all over it,
Cute.
mozzarella, yellow corn, sesame seeds, which the yellow corn and the cheese, for those of you guys that frequent Korean barbecue, if you ever get the like corn cheese, that already is selling me on this pizza because that right there is making the corn cheese right there. So like that alone right there is like selling me on this pizza, but then it has the kimchi vegetables and the pork belly. And then what's interesting to me is the marinara on this one is kimchi marinara. So they're taking marinara sauce, but they're adding like kimchi into it. So this has got to be a unique flavor. I'm excited to. This is like top of my list right here. And the grilled cheese.
Wow. The grilled cheese is one for me. Um, what is this? They always have a cheesecake, a pandan cheesecake. So that's going to be new. All right. This is where it gets interesting, I think. Let me see.
Lemongrass pork skewers over at Paradise Garden Grill. So that's pork belly as well too. And then it's served with garlic rice and carrots and daikon. And then they have what is that? A
Coffee
brulee.
brulee.
So it's like a Yule log kind of thing.
All right. All right. Right here. This is the one, Danny. This is the one. Smoke Jumper is going to have bulgogi fries, which is brand new. We've never had that. This could have been crinkle cut fries if it wasn't for the president of Disneyland.
Yeah. And this also could have been at a booth.
Yeah, easily, dude. But look at this, Danny. This is
Do you notice how that's no longer going to be at a booth and is only going to be at Smoke Jumpers?
that's what I
Or no,
wanted
those
to
are
talk
outdoor
about.
foodie cards.
That's what I
Foodie
wanted to talk
carts.
about. It's where is this?
Vending carts.
It's at the cart.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's going to be at the cart though at Paradise Garden Grill. That's my curiosity. So, is it only at the vending carts like all around, or is it going to be at the cart over there? Um, that's what I'm interested in.
It just says throughout the Disneyland Resort. Okay.
I'll be getting one though because I get one every year and they're really bomb. And I feel like every year they've been getting better and better.
Yeah,
Wanda's like,
I feel like this one has more flair to it than the previous versions. I don't know. I just feel that way. But I always get it. I get it with mustard. It's really good. We're gonna have a cool mug for Lunar New Year. Oh, is Chip and Dale gonna dress like that? Are they better? I wonder. We're gonna have a straw clip with Horace. I just like saying Horace, and that is it. Overall thoughts on all these foods and just everything coming. How do you feel? How do you feel about it?
a lot like the festival holidays, we're seeing a lot of the festival kind of be absorbed more into the restaurants, but I like it because we're getting some really unique things. One thing I loved was the fries that they did for Festival of Holidays, or what was it? What was it before? Was it before that? I think it was. I don't even know what it was, but it was the. I think it was Festival of Holidays for
Which
the Cajun, wasn't it Festival of Holidays? The Cajun
Oh
fries
yeah,
over
yeah.
at
Festival. It just happened. Festival holidays.
yeah. So those were bomb, like super good, like one of the best things I've had at Smoke Jumpers. So the fact that they're continuing that trend to do like another fry item is like really really good. So I'm excited for them to keep that. So like we're getting some unique things like that, and then also Pim Test Kitchen staying in the game on that one, doing something unique for it. I like it. I like that they're getting all in on it. And it's getting people to use their sip and savor pass elsewhere where they wouldn't normally, like at just a booth. And I think maybe that's even more so of what they're trying to do is kind of disperse the crowds a little bit so they're not all on the booths. Um, so I like that aspect of it. But most of the food I'm excited to try. I'm excited. This is the first time I'm excited for like a bunch of new stuff at a festival that in the last couple of them. So.
Yeah. Um, I'm definitely gonna buy a lanyard just because I'll be sharing it with Danny. So it's always nice to have the lanyard. Would you recommend somebody they're going by themselves to get a lanyard, or just get like two or three things, move on with your day? What do you think?
No, this festival for sure a lanyard. For sure a
Okay.
lanyard.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's so much good stuff here to try. The popcorn chicken, the spicy wings, which we already know are bomb. If you're willing to brave the spice, those two things alone are like pretty expensive. And then if you're gonna get the pho dip or any of the like the birria egg rolls, like at that point you're already like 4 out of 6. You might as well just go for it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then any of those specialty churros too, like those are available with the Sip and Savor Pass. Sometimes Disney does those waffles, like we saw that custard filled waffle over at Smoothies. They've made those in the past. Like I think they give you one instead of like the two that you get when you buy it. So
All right, Danny. I want to get into. Uh, there was an article that was written by Wall Street Journal, and it was really talking about behind the scenes of Disney Imagineering and the struggles that they face, the struggles that go into funding all these projects that they work on, and how things get budget cut, over budget, under timeline, over time. Like it's been a mess. That's pretty much how it came down to. I want to talk about some of those things with you, Danny. I can't bring up the article because for whatever reason it doesn't open anymore. So I'm just going off the video I did because it has it there. I know we have to look at myself again. But right here is one of the first topics I want to mention. It says a Millennium Falcon ride in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge was designed with 5 different missions, but opened with only one due to budget and time constraint. The other Star Wars attraction called Rise of the Resistance wasn't ready when Galaxy's Edge opened in 2019 and broke down frequently at first. So we've been knowing about these things, right, Danny?
mm-hmm.
Why hasn't Disney budgeted these things now that time has gone by and they've made money because they're selling Lightning Lane like crazy for Rise of the Resistance. Uh, what are your thoughts on them? Just like we're finally gonna get a new mission that is related to Mandalorian, but that's not in relation to these 5 missions that we were supposed to have on opening day.
Right. Right.
Talk about that, dude. I want to hear your opinion on this.
Yeah, I mean, this we all kind of knew a lot of budget cuts were happening to Galaxy's Edge, before it actually opened, and we can't blame the pandemic for it, right? Because it opened before the pandemic. The Rise of the Resistance didn't, but the land itself did, and Rise of the Resistance should have opened with it, but there were issues plaguing it. I don't remember who originally posted the rumors, but there was like a rumor going around that one of the two attractions, because they were built almost at the same time,
Yeah.
was had major issues with the floor being marked up. Like, and if you ride the ride now, the floor is incredibly marked up. Like you can,
Super.
and same with when you ride Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Like you can see where the ride vehicles have traveled, and it was like but it was way worse, and there was having issues with it. So they had to redo the whole flooring on one of the attractions, which made it all like delay, and they had to rebuild the other one, and it was like that was the rumor at the time. But we also have to remember too, we were supposed to have droids running around Galaxy's Edge. We were supposed to have transportation in Galaxy's Edge, and also citizens and bounty hunters and just riffraff running around Galaxy's Edge.
There had to
in
have
the
been a
bar-
lightsaber battle too. Like, there's just no way
there,
that.
ha- there was a lightsaber battle for sure, and all of that was cut last minute. And then Bob Chapek, with a straight face, looked at the media and told them, "Well, all of our cast members here have been trained to come up with their own. All of our hourly cast members that get paid $19 an hour have been asked and trained to come up with their own backstory about how they live in Batuu, and they're going to be in character, and they're going to be the entertainment of the land. So all of our cast members actually who work in Batuu, they're going to be the entertainment of the land. We don't need to have the entertainment anymore because they're going to do it. They're going to be that." And that was his excuse at the time. And so this is just a list of many things that were cut in Galaxy's Edge that ultimately added to it not performing as well as they would have liked. But it doesn't mean that the land itself was a failure. I mean, it's still a beautiful land. Both the attractions are great, but would we have loved to see the 5 other, or 4 other missions? We would have loved to see those. And it certainly would have made the re-rideability a little bit better. And it's not like they haven't had the time between now and then to re-enable those other 4 missions.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the heck's been going on there. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's crazy, to find out more and more of like some of the stuff. And this goes back to Mondo. This is weird too. Like, this goes back to when I was working for Disney a long time ago. It's not like I was privy to anything because I wasn't, in the job that I had, but just the rumors that you would hear. It doesn't, not necessarily me working there, but it was just at the time that I was working there, because I just remember hearing about it and reading it in like the news sites and stuff like that.
Hold on, Daddy. Hold your thought. I got it. I
Yeah.
think that
Oh my God.
Really is about striking that chord of emotion. One of my favorite things, it's actually a soft programming thing. It's not an Imagineering thing, and it's the cast. Because I don't know if you figured this out yet, but each cast member was asked to come up with their own backstory. Why they're here, what their origin is, what their problem is. So each cast member has created their own story.
Okay, keep going, Daddy. I'm sorry. I had to show it. I want to say stuff, but there's no point. He's gone. That dude's gone.
Before we move forward to, there's a couple things I want to pull up. So one, we got a member message. I don't know if you saw it. from Christine Gonzalez said, "What's happening, Mondo and Danny? It's been a while. I have become a serial ninja watcher. Just wanted to jump in and say hi, Happy New Year, and blessings. Happy New Year to you too."
Thank you
And then also,
Christine. You watching is all that matters. Thank you. Seriously, thank you.
and then Theme Park IQ posted in response to that Wall Street Journal post, because I actually didn't see the Wall Street Journal post. You bringing it up was the first time I had seen it. Theme Park IQ said, "Did you see Joe Rohde's response to that Wall Street Journal post?"
I haven't seen the Joe Rohde response. I know that it exists. I haven't had time because he wrote a lot. We'll get to Joe Rohde though. We'll get to it. There's a couple more things I really want to get into, but that Chapek commentary is insane, dude. Insane. All right, hold on, Danny. Let me get to this.
Did you find it? Did you find the response or no?
It's on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look it up.
Okay. Well, no, what I was gonna say earlier was this whole like people are talking about things going over budget, and what I was saying was it's shocking to me. And Theme Park IQ, if he's still in the chat, he can kind of weigh in on this, and even Diamond Boy Disney, since I know Jay is kind of in on this too. What's weird to me is that it's so strange that Bruce Vaughan came back into Walt Disney Imagineering and is sort of receiving like this fanfare of like that he's so well liked, and that he did such a good job. And I don't know where that's coming from, or even why they would have reached out to bring him back, other than the fact that maybe he knew how things worked before, and Disney's really trying to like reach into that. But he wasn't well liked. In fact, he wasn't a nice person at all. He was a very not nice person, famously by like literally everyone who interacted with him. And he's a lot older now, and many years have passed. So I'm not sure if people change as they get older. People can be like a diva, right, in their early ages, and as they age, maybe they come to a different perspective in life, and they kind of have a grip on reality and be like, wow, I was a dick when I was younger, and I don't need to be that way anymore. So that's number one. But number two, Mice Chat and all those websites at the time when Bruce Vaughan and Tom Staggs were the top two people in theme park Imagineering, they were famously known in all of the Disney news community for tremendously going over budget on everything. And it wasn't because of the fact that they would need it for things that they were doing. They were going over budget because they're spending money on themselves. Lavish lunches, lavish dinners out at fancy restaurants that were team dinners, all these things that they were famous for, like,
sweets for no reason. Getting sweets.
Yeah, just like random stuff, like going on, like taking private jets to places, and like just overly spending on travel and things like that. And like Bruce Vaughan was in that like clique that did that. Like he was Bruce Vaughan and Tom Staggs, who at the time everyone thought was going to be the next CEO before Bob Chapek, and then was famously told, no, I don't want you to do it anymore. And then he quit the company. And then all of a sudden, Bob Iger chose Chapek. When Tom Staggs left the company, Bruce Vaughan did too. And it was like almost like they were a package deal. But like, I just remember at the time, like working for the company and reading news about it, there wasn't a lot of positive things said about Bruce Vaughan. So I don't know why he was brought back. It doesn't make sense. It's never made sense to me. And then all of a sudden when he's brought back, that like people are so excited and they're like talking about it like it's a positive thing. I don't know a lot about like his contributions to stuff, so maybe I could be wrong on it. I'm just reading about the perspective of like who he was as a person, and like his reputation of being an overspender in a time when like they're trying to cut back. It just seems weird to me. And that was odd to me, like in this whole shakeup of like bringing him back. And it's almost like the Iger era too. It's like when we were in the Eisner Bob, when we were in the Michael Eisner era, so many people like hated Michael Eisner They would like the Disney community as a whole hated Eisner. Like they wanted him fired. They like cheered the day that he was, replaced by Bob Iger. He almost ruined the relationship with Steve Jobs and Disney for Pixar. And then all of a sudden, like as we've had, Disney change over the years, people get nostalgic, and then they look at Michael Eisner, and now they're like, he was the best CEO we've ever had. And I'm just like, you live through it, and you're like, what the heck is happening? Like everyone hated him, and now they're like, they think he's the best thing we've ever had, and we want Eisner to come back. And like, sure, we had great stuff when he was president, right? We had like, some of the best Disney movies ever made in the Renaissance, and then of course we also had, some really iconic Disney things that people remember in the parks. But there was a lot of bad too. So I think nostalgia is a powerful drug, and I think people just have these like weird things. And I think the idea of having Bruce Vaughan from the past era come back to Imagineering, it like made people excited, like as if maybe Joe Rohde was going to come back with him or something like that. But I don't know. I was big on reading all that Disney news back in the day, and there was not a lot of good stuff about Bruce Vaughan. And so to me, that was wild that he was brought back, and it was just adding to your whole thing with like the budgetary stuff. Like,
Yeah, let me bring that up real quick. It's right here. I have it here. This is all Wall Street Journal, all right? When Bob Chapek took over Disney Parks business in 2015, he focused intensely on getting Imagineering or Imagineers to stick to budgets and schedule. He believed WDI had been allowed to operate without the same discipline required of the rest of the company. And it keeps going. It keeps going. Chapek, who was Disney's CEO from 2020 to 2022, replaced Vaughn and Russell with another veteran, Bob Weiss, who brought in new people to manage cost. Senior financial executives were visiting WDI daily, sitting down to approve, disapprove balloted items, even tiny ones, line by line. Imagineering's size ballooned and contracted over the years depending on work that there was to do. After Shanghai opened, the company lost many veteran designers and many buyouts to Imagineers who had been there at least 20 years. Let me keep going. Let me see. All right, here we go. It was also a time of diminished ambition because senior park execs didn't trust WDI could deliver projects on time and on budget. Plans for several major Marvel attractions were killed. People familiar with the matter said proposals by Imagineers to refurbish Disneyland's aging Tomorrowland were also turned down, as executives calculated it wouldn't do enough to increase attendance. It wasn't fun anymore. Theron Skis, a 23-year veteran of Imagineer. And then, let me keep going. Soon after those left in Imagineering Glendale headquarters were informed they'd have to move to Florida as part of a larger corporate relocation. When Disney canceled the plan in 2023, some people were screaming with joy and others were crying because they bought a house. In winter 2023, soon after Iger returned as CEO, Disney Experience Chairman Josh D'Amaro asked Vaughn to launch at a seafood restaurant near the beach. I don't know why the hell that was written. The ex-Imagineer thought he would be providing advice to a former colleague, but it shifted to a plan to nearly double Disney's investment in parks, cruise, and experiences of $60 billion. So Josh and Bruce Vaughan, I guess during seafood, were like, look, Bruce, I got $60 billion. Are you down? And what Danny just talked about, Bruce Vaughan was licking his chops. He's about to go out to dinner every day. $1,000 bills.
Like I said, it's been a lot of years since he left, and people do change, right? People do change. I had interactions with him, not while working there, just as a guest. and then also seen other people have interactions with him, and he wasn't a nice person. And if you treat other people that way, it says a lot about who you are. And but again, he was young, right? And he was, he's a lot older now. He looks a lot older, and he's probably matured with that. But to me, it's wild because everything that Mondo just read is what used to be talked about all the time in the Disney news community, how Imagineering would just run wild. They were not under any budget constraints. They would do whatever the heck they wanted. They would they would expense everything, and budgets would just inflate to these massive amounts for these projects that they needed to be completed. And when Tom Staggs and Vaughn left, they brought in a whole new crew to like cut and strict timeline everything. And so it was weird to me that he would like go back and bring him back in. That's why I didn't understand that move.
Let me ask this though. Let me ask this, Danny. Bob Chapek came in and killed Tomorrowland. There was obviously a plan and probably a well-written budget. Bob Chapek's gone. What the freak have people been doing? I don't get it. They're just sitting on it? Or was that idea and budget, was everything a disaster from the beginning? Like, what's happening with Tomorrow? We've been looking at those ugly walls right outside of Astro Orbiter for like 5 years now. It's brutal. What are your thoughts on
you got to pull up the Joe Rohde statement, Mondo, because they're saying it's like a counter argument.
Okay, but what are your thoughts, Danny, that Disneyland, Imagineering, they've done nothing with Tomorrowland, just letting it sit when there was obviously gonna be something. Everybody wants to hate on Bob Chapek, but then Bob Iger's come back. We've had 2 new Disneyland presidents. Why hasn't there been movement on Tomorrowland? Well, and I still doubt that we're going to have electric Autopia. I doubt it, dude. It's so weird. A lot of weird stuff happening.
Well, it's like in that article, it talks about how the fact that, they were at the time, toying an idea of a Marvel attraction, which we all know how that went, right? So they were like, no, Tomorrowland's not going to help us get better attendance, even though it's something Disneyland desperately needs. But Avengers attractions will help us get attendance, because look how good those movies do. They're $1 billion movies. Every single one you put out is $1 billion. And they're like, that'll just totally increase attendance. And potentially it might have, if it opened, with its original intention on how the Imagineers had designed it to be. But it too was put through the budget cuts that Star Wars Galaxy's Edge went through. And, we got Avengers Campus that we have at California Adventure. It wasn't, it didn't have everything that we were supposed to have. It had only 1 attraction. Technically, they called it 2 because they just repurposed another one.
Yeah.
So it was, I don't know. I feel like that was the big kind of move. They thought, oh, Avengers Campus is the key we need to bring in more attendance. And in reality, it didn't do anything for that.
And in fact, let me go back to, is Bob Chapek right then? Tomorrowland, just let it die? Because Avenger Campus is everybody wants the breakfast chilaquiles. Why prove Chapek wrong and redo Tomorrowland?
Yeah.
Fuck. Like, goddamn, dude. Everybody that is a Disney fan, a Disneyland fan, a local, even the people that travel to Disneyland, they would love a Tomorrowland. The goddamn People Mover. When I go to Magic Kingdom, the People Mover is like my number one thing I want to do. I love the People Mover at Walt Disney World. It's the best ride at Magic Kingdom, I think. All right, Joe Rohde. I haven't read this, Danny. I just know it existed. I'm going to read it. This might take me a little while. This dude wrote a lot. There is a paragraph in Wall Street Journal article about Imagineering that is pretty much a fantasy. It mentions the concept of progressive seduction. This refers to the notion that a team presents a project with a reasonable budget, but fully intends to escalate this budget by adding scope and misrepresenting the true cost of original scope. I saw this happen once in 40 years. Once, decades ago, I was a very junior member of a team and the producer attempted to grow the scope and budget by 30%. I was standing there in a meeting by the project model when we were told to cut the entire third of the project model off, chuck it and everything it represented, and build what was left. I will not say whether that project went on to completion, but I will say that it is psychotic to believe that there's a person would keep their job after deliberately deceiving key executives of a major company to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars, and strangely naive for a business journal to report as if it could be true. I have been in charge of projects that have gone over budget, been on budget, and come below budget. In all cases, general progression is a reduction in scope from the initial concept. Projects run over budget because of a combination of market forces, require changes in program, after capitalization, and unpredictability of technical innovation. Because there is already a cultural predisposition to imagine artists are irresponsible. Damn, people took this one to heart about the whole budget irresponsibility. It is exceedingly unproductive for designers to behave as such, and the result is not some tricky triumph, but the complete loss of authority over a project. I would not want any young designer to think that progressive seduction was a legitimate form of design behavior recognized by anyone. Nor would I want a young business manager to suspect that this was the case, because it would lead to unproductive relationships with the team structure. I have no idea who the interview source was for this information, but it is described in a rather journalistically evasive way as a person with knowledge of this matter. I would contend that this is unlikely. All right, there you go. What are your thoughts on that? Damn. He's pretty much just like, bah, bah, bah. This is all bull. This is all BS.
He's probably speaking on the projects that he was privy to, and his projects, in all honesty, he was the only thing I could think of. I saw a comment there that someone said in our chat that said he asked me talking about Beastly Kingdom. Beastly Kingdom was a part of Animal Kingdom that was not ever built, and so he could be talking about that, potentially. Mm-hmm. But
was there a rumor for what that could have been, Danny? Just an unmade Animal Kingdom.
It was essentially like what's the like the monsters Dark Universe. It was like the Dark Universe of Animal Kingdom.
What?
So it was like the
like villains?
Fantasy. Yeah, it was like the fantasy, like dragons and dinosaurs section of like animals that aren't real. Well, dinosaurs are real, but like they have a dinosaur section, but it was like fantasy type, like dragons and stuff.
Holy.
That
you
that
think
weren't real.
Original concepts?
Yeah, there's concept art for it, and the logo of the logo of Animal Kingdom Mondo Forever had a dragon in it because it was representing each section. So
wow, original Animal Kingdom logo. I gotta see this dragon.
It has a dragon on it.
Hold on, Dan. I never heard this. I never heard of dragons. Oh my God, there's a dragon. What? What? I'm trying not to cuss. Wow. We
Yeah, it was Poor Judgment says Beastly Kingdom was the area of Animal Kingdom with animals that never existed.
oh my gosh. This was Joe Rohde in his prime too, like making all this stuff. That would have been so awesome. Wow, that's a disaster. Damn, Danny, I never knew Beast. That's what it was called, Beastly Kingdom.
That's what I guess the rumors were. Yeah.
Dang, I never heard of that. I don't know all the lore of Walt Disney World. You know, I'm not so connected out there. But damn, I didn't know there was dragons that were trying to come to Disney like
Yeah.
Kingdom. Holy smokes!
So I believe Joe, right? I believe that he's being truthful with what he's saying. Obviously, the only thing I would say is that this same sentiment, this article, this was all of the news sites that used to cover Disney back in the day when they were building things um, like any of the redo, like this was more specific, like the Cars Land days, the redo of DCA, like all those large projects back in like the early 2010s, like in the heyday of like the Bruce Vaughan, Tom Staggs era. Like this was always what was talked about, that like they were always over budget, projects were going over all the time. So like this is not a new thing. So like for people that have covered Disney news and talked about it for a while, like me, like this isn't new to me. So this wasn't surprising to me. But like Wall Street Journal talking about it that's a big deal, right? But again, like what Joe Rohde was saying, like who they're not being specific with the source on it. So he was saying like this happened once to me is what he was saying, but not at the scale that they're talking about, and certainly not all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
so like I don't know, it's like you have to kind of see who's coming at it. But what I'm saying is that article was very much the like same story as before, in that old era. So I don't
Man.
know. I don't know. I don't know. Only a select few people know the real answer to all those questions.
Or Judgment
But
said there was a fire-breathing dragon in a cave on the boat ride when they opened, around the area where Beastly Kingdom was supposed to be. Where's
yeah,
that?
that's
What
true.
ride are we talking about? The boat ride?
Um, you never got to do the boat ride, Mondo, but during the pandemic, when you would go back to Animal Kingdom, and they used to call them the flotillas,
Oh,
with the
they
like
had that?
the the band that would like be on the little like boat that would go
Yeah.
through. They used that same river, for like the boats that would go there. But they had a boat ride that would go down that river, and you would pass a cave with like a dragon that was in it that was like breathing smoke, and then it was like implied that, oh, like this is the future of Animal Kingdom, like we're gonna expand over here, and like Beastly Kingdom will be beyond Animal Kingdom, kind of thing.
Wow.
So
Damn,
like
I
a
never-
lot of Disney, a lot of like OG Disney World fans are kind of treating Villains Land as like a new version of like what Beastly Kingdom was, and like it's like obviously not animal related, more villains, but it's like something that sits beyond, right? Like that's the concept of like Villains Land too.
This is it
So
right here, right, Danny?
yeah,
Damn. See, I never got to do that. I never got to do. I've only seen the characters ride the boats around. Oh man, that's like an Animal Kingdom people mover. I wish I was part of that. Damn. Closing thoughts on the Wall Street Journal, Danny, and then a couple more things, and then we'll fire down.
yeah, it's interesting. Disney would certainly, if this article was true, right? And the informant that they had, was being truthful in what they were saying. Um, it certainly is not exclusive to Disney, right? Like they're, they're not the only company that has,
Budget
fraud
constraints, yeah.
and budget concerns. I mean, look at the high speed rail in California. Like, they're not the only company.
Billions. billions
Yeah.
of garbage,
They're
dude.
not the only company that has like, fraud and people like siphoning money for things that aren't, necessary and stuff like that. So it certainly wouldn't be like a shocker, but like it would give an answer to a lot of like reasons as to why things are happening. What I want to know is what I'm more curious to know is why projects at Universal seem to go so much faster than what Disney's projects do. So like I'm more curious about the delays in time on the projects and what's causing those at Disney versus like budget stuff. Like I'm more curious as to like why, you know, like for instance with he's talking about Tomorrowland and like how they feel like they delayed that, but like what
No,
would
they
prevent
killed
them
it.
from
They killed it.
what would prevent them from at least doing something with that wall in front of Tomorrowland, like putting like some sort of anything, even if it was like a permanent little tiny Tomorrowland sign that like covered the structure that they're trying to cover with that, right? Like that would cost nothing, but it certainly wouldn't be, a promised project with a cover art on it that probably is never going to happen. So
Yeah.
like why keep doing that? Like why keep showing that? Like because so like I'm more curious about that. I'd be more curious about like an expose from someone on like why these projects go for so long and they're not really as like grand as we originally thought they were going to be on some of them. So
We've had a
I
lot
would
of
love,
that.
you know what I would love the most? I would love the most a full breakdown on what happened at Epcot. Obviously, the pandemic was a big part of that, but like, why did it break down in such a tremendous way? Like, especially at a park that has as much attendance as makes as much money as Epcot does. Like, this isn't like they went all in on Hollywood Studios and then they cut budget away from Epcot and like and all of that in my opinion was wrong, like super wrong, because Galaxy's Edge didn't do as good as they wanted to do. Toy Story Land was a success for sure,
Yeah.
and it continues to be, so that was right. But like why did it, like I feel like the stuff that they cut from Epcot would have made them all their money back. Because,
For many years. Many years.
yeah, for many years. So
When
I
I
don't
think
know.
of Epcot, all I think of is people blasting money every day. Drinks, food,
They're just
merch,
throwing money, like they don't even
throwing
care.
money. And it's the demographic that has money, all the older people. They're just blasting money at Epcot. Like Epcot would be the least park I would be scared to spend money on because I know we're gonna get it back. We're gonna get it back. Um, it's crazy. Yeah, we've seen a lot of concept arts, and then it looks nothing like what it was gonna be. We've seen a lot of that, and it seems like it's only the U.S. parks. All these international parks, they flush out everything all beautifully. We keep seeing all these frozen lands, and Paris is about to get this crazy expansion. I don't ever hear budget cut this, budget cut that. They're going to have a walking Olaf on day one or whatever. Like, what the hell? It took us like 5 years to get BDX droids that barely work. They just die sometimes right in front of you. All right, let's move on. I want to talk about a couple things at Universal, Danny. We're just going to pick through them real quick. Walls, or not walls, but wood has risen.
Uh-oh.
This is in the sound stage. For sure, FanFest. Like, I don't even know what else it would be. I don't think it's filming. And this is one of the rumored spots to be FanFest, right behind Transformers Soundstage 15. It's very, very strongly being rumored again to be Dungeons and Dragons. My big thing, I just keep hoping it's more. The what they debuted with was great, but if there was anything that has like infinite stories, it's Dungeons and Dragons. So they better add to it. And make it look cool. There is one more thing I want to show real quick. I have an update video that I'm going to post as well. But damn, I don't think I posted it. No. Oh well. Um, I want to talk about real quick because I have it in my background. I don't know if Knott's Berry Farm posted about it or not, but I got their media email. I don't think they did. Did our Knott's Adventure? I didn't see anybody post about it. It's involving peanut celebration. Uh, I don't see it, man. I guess I should be the one to post it then. Danny, did you have a chance to see the peanut celebration foods? Like a little preview came out that our Knott's Adventure put out. Um, I don't know if it's good or bad, but what? Look at this funnel cake with cookie, the animal cracker cookie or animal cookies. I never seen that. Wow, they got donuts with ice cream. This is non-wilf, so it's like I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect here. This is my first time actually seeing this. They got in a dog food thing. What is that? Huh. You know, why is Knott's taking more chances than Disney these days on food? This is There's some interesting stuff going on here. Wow. This is actually a lot more food than I was thinking. What are your thoughts on the peanut celebration foods, Danny?
I mean, a lot of it looked really good when I saw it posted on her page too. I saw that as well. The only thing that always makes me sad is that like all the bakery items at Knott's look so good, and I always want to try them. And even like one of Mondo and I's favorites at the Boysenberry Festival is the Boysenberry pie cookie. We were able to try that at the like festival preview that we did for the media night, and it was so good. And like Mondo loved it. He had another one, and
Yeah.
I loved it. It was so good. But the problem is when I went to go get it at Boardwalk Bakery, it was $10 for one cookie. $10. And it was like, she like rang me up and said like 11 something with tax. And I was like, what? Like I was shook. And I told her, I was like, oh no, I just wanted like the cookie. And she's like, no, yeah, that's what it is. And it's not like a big cookie. It was like, a normal size.
I remember that.
And I told her, I was like, oh, I'm okay. I don't want it. Because I didn't realize it was that expensive. And so like I see all those bakery items that you just showed, and I'm like, oh, those look really good. I'd want to get those. But I guarantee every single one of those is like more than $10, which is crazy.
Here we go. Man, this was a media email that went out. Knott's Peanut Celebration is back this year with a new show featuring the Knott's Express Trolley and the limited time exhibition Kite Flying Foibles. I don't even know what that word is. And as they do every year, Snoopy and the Peanut Gang will stage a park takeover with plenty of excitement and family-friendly fun running the weekend, January 31st through February 22nd. Guests will also experience a fun lineup of returning shows and photo ops inspired by the Peanuts comic strips. Throughout the park, guests will have several chances to play and interact with their favorite Peanut character. A highlight of Knott's Peanut Celebration will be the new show, Knott's Express, a traveling musical adventure that will feature toe-tapping dance numbers, heartwarming songs from Golden Age, and plenty of other surprises along the way for Charlie Brown and his friends. For each show, the trolley will make 3 stops in Boardwalk area, Charleston Circle, and near Boardwalk Ballroom. These spirit exhibitions of music and dance will be inspired by each stop's location, and songs include Put on a Happy Face to You're Never Fully Dressed? Without a Smile. And of course, the performance will be punctuated with dapper and colorful costumes, streamers, and other touches of whimsical joy. They didn't give us a picture though. That's what kind of sucks. So that's why I put a GIF. But that's a new thing. Peanut Celebration is really for the kids. It is for kids. I don't even know how else to say it. I can't wait to go to it. I always attend Peanut Celebration. And usually they have really fun and good meal plans. So Peanut Celebration is always a good time. And I want to check Jelly of the Month Club. The band, I love Jelly of the Month Club. But just wanted to go over that right there. All right, Danny, any other stuff that we missed that you wanted to talk about?
I think there was one other thing. Hold on a second here. I'm pulling it up right now.
I think our Knott's Adventure did have photos because here we go. Knott's Express. I guess that's the new logo. Look at all that fun to be had at Knott's. I can't wait.
We had this right here. I don't know if you I don't know where the heck I was, when this happened. Honestly, I don't know at all because I just texted it to you right now.
I'm gonna say this.
I don't know what I thought Downtown Disney's logo was. But
oh yeah, that thing.
But apparently, so if you click it and open it up, so DCA is celebrating 25 years, but with it, Disney California Adventure opened when Disneyland became Disneyland Resort, right? Because it became a resort. So alongside it, Downtown Disney opened and the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa opened. So they all are sharing a 25th birthday. And so Downtown Disney is also 25 years. So apparently the logo for Downtown Disney was the one on the left, and the one on the right is the new one. Is that what I'm getting here?
Yeah, that's for sure. The right, okay. The dark background is the new one.
Okay, because I never even knew either one of them was the Downtown Disney logo. I thought it was something totally different, and I was like, I didn't even know we had that as a logo. I've never seen anything with that logo on it, other than maybe like the mural on the new entrance. Maybe, I don't know. I just didn't pay attention, I guess. But I guess we're not exposed to like the Downtown Disney logo very often, I guess. So I just never knew that was the logo.
That's what I thought, Daddy. This meme right here. Corporate needs you to find the difference between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture. But it's like, it looks the same, dude. There's nothing to it. I don't know. I know it's different, but I kind of look at it like, who cares? Who cares about this logo? They even came out with a pin too. But yeah. When I do think about Downtown Disney, though, it is pretty remarkable what has happened in Downtown Disney in the last 5 to 10 years, because nothing is the same. Nothing.
Yeah.
World of Disney.
It's one of the most changing things inside Disneyland Resort.
Yeah. AMC's gone. All the stores surrounding AMC are gone. Now there's a Din Tai Fung. There's a Lululemon that doesn't sell anything Disney. Yeah, Downtown Disney has changed. It's kind of wild how much it has changed. I would never believe it, but it has. All right, Danny. Or hold on real quick. We got that Orco 27 months. Member chat. Love the video on the Wall Street Journal article of Imagineering updates. I love when you cover the hard business stuff. Your takes were on the money. Dude, I just, with the Wall Street Journal, I don't doubt that there's just complete over budget spending that was just useless. It didn't relate to the project. I believe it. But at the end of the day, I always look at all that Wall Street Journal talk. Why hasn't Disney done stuff now? Like the Tomorrowland is the specific one. Bob Chapek killed it. Well, why isn't Josh D'Amaro or Bob Iger or whatever the current president is at Disneyland? Why aren't they reviving it? So many weird things. So many weird things. But thank you, that Orca. I appreciate you, man. It's the gold dress meme. What is the gold dress meme? I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is?
Remember way back? You remember that, Mondo? It was the blue and black striped dress that broke the internet because people were looking at it and they were saying it's not blue and black, it's gold and white.
Oh, like they're all the same color, but it looks.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like some people saw it as like very dark, like a dark blue and a black, and then some people looked at it and they're like, "Wait, I see white and gold actually."
Wasn't there a thing like this where like a tile looked darker, but they were actually the same color?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. All right. Well, that's going to be all for today's Speculation Sunday on a Tuesday. Big shout out to Danny. Incredible live stream. Danny, do you have any videos or anything you want to let people know before we get out of here that you're dropping?
Yeah. I'll have a video come out either today or tomorrow or the day after from some Disneyland updates that we did for sure. And then I'll be doing another one coming out once I'm able to go to the parks for Lunar New Year, because I'll be going with Mondo and we'll be doing a whole taste test of some more things. Maybe we can get Mondo to die again with something spicy. Or maybe he just really hates that kimchi pizza.
Yeah. What was it? Was it cucumber on a pizza? I don't know, man. And then corn cheese or whatever.
I love corn cheese. Corn cheese is bomb.
Yeah, Danny's like excited. I'm just like, I don't know about that.
Mondo loves. Mondo's not as big of a Korean barbecue person as I am, but he's big on the shabu, right?
Yeah,
we both love shabu, but
Korean barbecue, I don't mind missing out on that, but a hot pot, oh my gosh, I'm like the biggest fan.
Yeah, see, the thing is that at Mr. Barbecue in Universal City Walk that's opening, they have really good corn cheese. So like, but the thing is that like it's not like you have to ask for corn cheese. Like they don't always have it. So you're like, oh, can I get a corn cheese? And then they bring you out. Essentially, it's just like, it's a little like a miniature pie tin, and it has cheese and corn in it. And then you put it on your Korean barbecue grill in the middle, and it just like sits there and melts and like starts to bubble up like a soup. And then you eat it like corn and cheese. So same thing.
I would try it, but on a pizza, Danny? Pizza. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you, Danny. Incredible live stream. If you haven't already, smash that like button. We are firing it down. The Catley Bay, just as Danny, are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.